everybody, welcome to Comics with Bueller. As always, I'm Bueller. Welcome to another episode of Just the Keys. Normally in this video, we go through a whole series run and we point out the keys that are in that run. We are doing things a little bit differently on this one. We're going to focus on a character, we're going to focus on the Joker himself, and we're going to point out some key comics that you might want to be on the lookout for. If you're new to our channel, please feel free to subscribe right now. It does help us out quite a bit. And also turn on that notification button because you don't want to miss the next video. And don't forget to go and check out the older Just the Keys videos. We've done ones on X-Men, Wolverine, Punisher, Deadpool, just to name a few. Before we get started, let's jump into a little bit of the history of the Joker character himself. He made his debut in 1940 on April 25th in Batman #1. This comic was brought to you by Bill Finger, Bob Kane, and Jerry Robinson, all three of the creators of the Joker character. The Joker was originally introduced as a homicidal maniac, hell-bent on death and destruction, but because of the comic code, they switched up the character and made him more funny, more prankster-like, and it's not the Joker that we really prefer. But luckily in 1973, the Joker was reintroduced after a long absence, and he went back to his roots of the homicidal, maniac, crazy person we all know he is today. But the Joker just wasn't making appearances in comic books, he was also making his face known in Hollywood. The Joker made many appearances in the Batman television show from 1977, played by Cesar Romero, also the Batman animated series that came out in 1992, played by, of course, Mark Hamill, and then all the other Saturday morning cartoons, the Super Friends, just to name a few. The Joker was in those also. And let's not forget the more recent Gotham television series that just came to an end. We also had a version of Joker in that one as well. But let's move from the small screen to the big screen, because in 1989 we got our very first Batman movie, and of course the very first villain was the Joker, played by Jack Nicholson. Then almost 10 years later in 2008, we have the Batman The Dark Knight. We had our version of the Joker that's probably everyone's favorite, Heath Ledger. Unfortunately, that actor passed away, but his performance as the Joker will go down in history as one of the best. And then in 2016, like it or not, Jared Leto brought his version of the Joker to the Suicide Squad movie, and now today we have the Joker standalone movie played by Joaquin Phoenix. I haven't seen the movie yet, but you know what? When I'm done filming this, I'm gonna go check it out. Now that you guys got a little bit of a history about Joker, let's go ahead and jump into some of the comics from Just the Keys. Very first book up on our list, and I talked about this earlier, this is Batman #1 that came out in 1940. Like I said before, this is the very first appearance of the Joker, and honestly, the value of this book, you could buy one house or multiple houses depending on the day. Next book up is Detective Comics #40, also came out in 1940. This is the very first cover appearance of the Joker, and this one as well is in the six-figure range as far as value. Sticking with Detective Comics, we have number 168. This came out in 1951. This is widely considered the origin story of the Joker, but to be totally honest, the Joker is well known for not having an origin story, but most people will accept this one. The value of this book right now is selling for around $20,000 to $25,000. Moving back to the Batman series, we have number 25. This is the very first in the classic team-up of two of Batman's most fiercest villains, the Joker and the Penguin. This one right now is selling for between $2,000 and $3,000, depending on the condition. Batman number 166 is next up on our list. This is the first appearance of Gabby the Clown. Apparently this is supposed to be the Joker's version of Robin, his sidekick. I don't really think it caught on. This one right now has a value of around $80 to $90. This next book is one I mentioned a little bit earlier. This is Batman number 251. This is the classic cover by Neil Adams, and this is the book that reintroduced Joker to the universe that we know and love. His homicidal ways, his crazy ways. This is where it started for the ones that we all know. This book is just fantastic, and actually just this week it came out with a facsimile edition from DC. But the value of this book right now sells anywhere from in between $200 and $300. World's Finest Comics number 88 is next up on our list. This is another team up of the Joker, which is Batman's #1 villain, and Superman's #1 villain, Lex Luthor. This book looks really good. I've never actually seen one in the raw, but if you do find it, this one sells for around $500. Up next is The Joker #1. This came out in 1975. This is his very first solo series, and unfortunately it did not go well. It was actually canceled after the first 9 issues. Sales weren't that great. This book does look pretty cool, and if you look at some of the other covers, I think you're going to like them. But this one right now you can pick up for around $70 to $100. Next book up, and honestly this is one of my favorite series. If you haven't checked this out, you definitely should. This is Batman The Dark Knight Returns. This is issue #3 from this series. The reason why this is significant, because this is the death of Joker by Batman's hands. This book does not follow the continuity of the Joker in the regular series, so this is a standalone. No worries, he's still around. Right now this book sells for around $80. Make sure you pick this one up along with the rest of the books that are in this series. One of the best one-shots of all time is Batman the Killing Joke. This book has been reprinted over a dozen times, and the reason why is because it's fantastic. You can tell the difference between the different printings depending on the color of the lettering on the front cover. The first printing is lime green. This is the one you want to try to find. This value of this book has around $60 to $80, but there is the 9th printing with the dark red crimson lettering. This one is the most valuable one in the series, and this one sells for about $150. Once again, back to the regular Batman series, we have Batman #428. This is the part of the Death in the Family storyline. This is another great storyline you should definitely pick up. The reason you want to get this one, this is where the Joker kills Robin. That's what makes this the key. And also, like I said, the story is great. This one right now has a value of about $30. Definitely pick this one up. Of course, we have to have this next one in here. This is Batman Adventures #12. The first thing that comes to your mind when you say Joker is probably Harley Quinn, and this is her very first appearance. This book is not easy to obtain, and it has a lot of monetary value. Right now, raw copies of this sell for around $500 for a near mint, and I just recently had a friend sell a 9.8 for almost $2,000. First appearance of Harley Quinn, can't go wrong. Look for this book. Here's a couple fun books you might want to look out for, because when you're thinking about the Joker, it's all about having some fun. We have Batman Legends of the Dark Knight #50. We have a great cover, and we have an appearance of the Joker cat. I'm a cat fan, so this is a must-have. This book only sells for around $5 to $10, so it's easy to pick up. Detective Comics #475 is next up on our list, and sticking with the animal theme, this is an appearance of the Joker fish, and come on, who doesn't like a couple fish with your Joker? This book right now sells for around $60 to $75. If you're looking for a great battle between the Joker and Batman, look no further than Batman #614. First off, the cover looks awesome, and inside this book, like I said, one of the best battles between these two characters. This book is very affordable, so be on the lookout and don't pay more than about $10. Batman Adventures #16 is next up on our list. The reason why this is a key, because congratulations Joker and Harley Quinn, they got married. Something Batman and Catwoman are still yet to do. This book is very affordable. Be on the lookout for it. This one sells for anywhere between $30 and $40. Another book to be on the lookout for is Batman the Man Who Laughs. This is the story of Batman in his first introduction with the Joker character himself. This book is also very affordable, so be on the lookout for this one. This one sells from anywhere between $15 and $20. Next book up is Detective Comics #880, and this is a classic Joker cover brought to you by JOCK. This is one of those books that need to be in everybody's collection, whether you're a Batman or Joker fan or whether you're not. This one looks awesome, and honestly, this book is going up in price every day. Right now, raw copies of this book sell between $200 to $250, and CGC copies, high grade, I don't even want to tell you. Be on the lookout for this book. Maybe you'll get lucky, but more than likely, you're going to pay hundreds of dollars for this one, but you know what? It's worth it. We're going to end this episode with one final book. This is Batman Detective Comics #1 from the New 52. And the reason why this is significant, because this is where the Joker cuts off his face. Come on, the guy is crazy. This book is a lot of fun. If you can find it, it's not very much money. It's maybe $10 at the most, but it's kind of significant because then later on, he goes and gets his face back and he sticks it on and he's running around like a crazy person that we all know and love. So there you have it. There's a bunch of Joker books that you might want to be on the lookout for. Some of them are very obtainable, and honestly, a lot of them are not. And you know what? There are thousands of Joker books out there that are considered keys, so the hunting will continue forever. I want to say thank you so much for taking the time to watch my Just the Keys video. And like I said before, feel free to go back and check out some of the older ones we've done. I think you'll enjoy the Wolverine, the X-Men, the Punisher, just to name a few. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You guys know what to do. I will see you next time. Bye.